Most men think an erection is just about arousal. They assume it happens automatically. But the truth is far more complex. Inside your body, a precise chain reaction has to occur. If even one small step in that chain fails, the result is weakness, instability, or complete flaccidity. And here is the part almost nobody explains properly: the same biological system that can produce a weak erection also has the capacity to produce an extremely powerful one. The difference depends entirely on how that system is functioning. Welcome to the Sexual Health Room, and today we are back with an amazing topic for you guys. Before learning how to make erections dramatically stronger, it is essential to understand what actually creates one in the first place. Because if you don't understand the mechanism, you cannot control the outcome. An erection is fundamentally a vascular event controlled by the nervous system. The penis contains two cylindrical chambers called the corpora cavernosa. These chambers are made of sponge-like erectile tissue filled with tiny blood spaces. In the flaccid state, those spaces are mostly collapsed because blood flow into the penis is limited and blood exits freely through veins. In other words, flaccidity is the default state of the penis. When nothing stimulates the system, the arteries remain relatively constricted, blood inflow stays low, and venous outflow remains open. The penis therefore stays soft. But when sexual arousal begins, something remarkable happens. The brain sends signals through the parasympathetic nervous system to the penile arteries. These signals release nitric oxide, a powerful chemical messenger that tells the smooth muscles inside the penile arteries to relax. Once those muscles relax, the arteries rapidly dilate. Blood begins rushing into the corpora cavernosa. As the chambers fill with blood, the tissue expands like a sponge absorbing water. The expansion compresses the veins that normally drain blood away from the penis. Once those veins are compressed, blood gets trapped inside the erectile tissue. That trapping mechanism is the key to rigidity. The more efficiently blood enters the penis and the more effectively the veins are compressed, the firmer the erection becomes. This is why erection strength is essentially a balance between inflow and outflow. If inflow is strong and outflow is restricted, rigidity increases. If inflow is weak or outflow leaks, the erection becomes softer. This is where most men encounter problems. Many people assume erectile weakness is simply psychological, but in reality several systems must work perfectly together. The brain must send strong signals. The nerves must transmit those signals properly. The arteries must dilate. The erectile tissue must expand. And the veins must compress to trap blood. If any one of those steps is disrupted, the erection loses strength. For example, poor blood circulation can reduce the amount of blood entering the penis. Nerve dysfunction can weaken the signal that triggers dilation. Hormonal imbalance can reduce sexual stimulation in the brain. Even stress can interfere with the neurological signals that initiate the process. When that chain reaction is interrupted, the penis may partially fill with blood but fail to trap it effectively. The result is an erection that appears but does not become fully rigid. And this is why some men notice something confusing. They may still get erections, but those erections feel weaker than before. They may struggle to maintain rigidity. Or the erection may fade quickly. What they are experiencing is not necessarily the absence of the erection mechanism. It is a weakened version of it. And here is the critical point that most people overlook. The same system that produces a weak erection can also produce an extremely strong one. The difference lies in how efficiently blood flow, nerve signaling, and tissue responsiveness are working together. When those systems are optimized, blood inflow increases dramatically, venous compression becomes stronger, and the erectile tissue expands to its full capacity. That is when erections become harder, fuller, and significantly more stable. So the real question is not simply, how do you get an erection? The real question is this. How do you maximize every step of the erection mechanism so the body produces the strongest possible response? Because once you understand how to amplify blood flow, strengthen the neurological signals, and improve the vascular trapping mechanism, the difference in erection quality can be dramatic. And in the next part, we will break down exactly how to do that. 10 essential tips for strengthening performance. The difference between a weak erection and a powerful one often comes down to how efficiently your body supports the erection mechanism. Remember what happens during arousal. nerves trigger nitric oxide release, arteries expand, blood rushes into the erectile chambers, and the veins compress to trap that blood inside. When every part of this chain reaction works optimally, the result is stronger rigidity, longer duration, and better stability. This means improving erection strength is not about a single trick. It is about optimizing the systems that control blood flow, nerve signaling, hormone balance, and vascular health. When these systems improve, the body naturally produces stronger erections. The first and most powerful factor is cardiovascular fitness. Cardiovascular exercise such as running, swimming, or cycling strengthens the heart and improves the elasticity of blood vessels. Since an erection depends entirely on rapid blood flow into the penile arteries, healthier circulation directly improves erectile firmness. When the cardiovascular system becomes more efficient, arteries dilate more easily and blood moves with greater pressure into the erectile tissues. Another crucial component lies in the pelvic floor muscles. The pelvic floor contains muscles that support the penis during erection, particularly the bulbocavernosus and ischiocavernosus muscles. These muscles help compress the veins that normally drain blood from the penis. When they are strong, they improve the body's ability to trap blood inside the erectile chambers, which enhances rigidity. Regular Kegel exercises strengthen these muscles and help maintain erections for longer periods. Stress management also plays a critical role in erectile performance. When the body experiences chronic stress, cortisol levels rise. High cortisol activates the sympathetic nervous system, which is associated with the fight-or-flight response. This response constricts blood vessels and interferes with the parasympathetic signals required for erection. Relaxation techniques such as meditation, controlled breathing, or mindfulness calm the nervous system and allow the erection pathway to function normally. Diet strongly influences the chemical signals responsible for erections. Foods rich in nitrates such as leafy greens and beets help increase nitric oxide production in the body. Nitric oxide is the key molecule that relaxes penile arteries and allows blood to enter the erectile chambers. Foods high in flavonoids, particularly berries, support vascular health and improve endothelial function. When the inner lining of blood vessels becomes healthier, they respond better to signals that initiate erection. Sleep quality also affects erectile strength more than many people realize. Most testosterone production occurs during deep sleep cycles. Testosterone influences libido, nerve sensitivity, and overall erectile response. When sleep becomes irregular or insufficient, hormone balance shifts and testosterone levels may decline. Consistently getting 7 to 9 hours of restorative sleep helps maintain the hormonal environment necessary for strong sexual performance. Substance habits can also affect vascular and neurological responses. Smoking damages the inner lining of blood vessels and reduces their ability to dilate properly. This directly interferes with the blood flow needed for erections. Excessive alcohol suppresses the central nervous system and weakens the nerve signals that trigger the erection mechanism. Limiting tobacco and alcohol preserves both vascular function and neural responsiveness. Body composition is another major factor. Excess body fat alters hormone balance by increasing the conversion of testosterone into estrogen through an enzyme called aromatase. Higher body fat also contributes to inflammation and vascular dysfunction. Maintaining a healthy weight helps preserve testosterone levels and improve circulation throughout the body, including the penile arteries. Hydration also contributes to the mechanics of circulation. Blood plasma volume depends heavily on fluid balance. When the body becomes dehydrated, blood volume decreases and circulation efficiency declines. Lower circulating volume can reduce the pressure required to rapidly fill the erectile chambers. Adequate hydration supports stable blood pressure and efficient oxygen transport throughout the vascular system. Medication effects sometimes influence erectile performance as well. Certain drugs prescribed for blood pressure, depression, or anxiety can affect nerve signaling or blood vessel dilation. These side effects may interfere with the erection pathway. When someone suspects medication may be contributing to erectile issues, a medical consultation can help determine whether alternative options are available. Finally, psychological dynamics play a powerful role in the erection response. Performance anxiety activates the same stress pathways that restrict blood vessels and suppress erection signals. When anxiety increases, the brain focuses on monitoring performance instead of responding naturally to stimulation. Open communication between partners reduces pressure, improves emotional comfort, and allows the body's natural arousal mechanisms to function more effectively. When these physiological, psychological, and lifestyle factors align, the erection mechanism becomes significantly more efficient. Blood flow improves, nerve signaling strengthens, hormones stabilize, and the erectile tissues respond more powerfully. This is how the body transitions from weak or inconsistent erections to stronger, more reliable performance. Part 3: Natural Household Remedies that Support Stronger Erections. By now you understand the biological mechanism behind erections and the lifestyle habits that strengthen that system. Blood flow, nerve signaling, hormone balance, and vascular health all work together to create rigidity. When these systems improve, erection quality naturally becomes stronger and more stable. But there is another layer that many traditional cultures have explored for centuries. Long before modern pharmacology, traditional practitioners focused on natural foods that improve circulation, increase stamina, and support hormonal balance. In South Asian and Middle Eastern traditions, these remedies are often associated with Hakimi or Musali wisdom. The central idea is simple: certain natural foods contain compounds that enhance blood flow, improve metabolic energy, and support the biochemical pathways responsible for erection strength. Many of these ingredients are surprisingly common household items. The first traditional remedy revolves around one of the oldest natural energy sources known to humans: dates. Dates are dense with natural sugars, minerals, and micronutrients that support metabolic energy. Unlike refined sugars, the carbohydrates in dates release energy gradually, providing sustained fuel for the body. Traditionally, dates are soaked overnight in milk. In the morning the softened dates can be blended with the milk to create a nutrient-rich shake, or the dates can be eaten separately while drinking the milk. This combination provides carbohydrates, essential minerals, and protein simultaneously. From a physiological perspective, sustained energy availability supports circulation, muscle function, and endocrine activity. When the body has stable metabolic energy, the vascular system performs more efficiently and the nervous system maintains stronger signals during arousal. Another traditional remedy involves garlic combined with honey. Garlic has long been recognized as one of nature's most powerful natural vasodilators. The key compound responsible for this effect is allicin. When garlic is crushed, an enzymatic reaction produces allicin, which helps relax blood vessels and improve circulation. The traditional preparation involves crushing 1 or 2 cloves of raw garlic and allowing them to sit for approximately 10 minutes. This waiting period activates the enzymatic reaction that forms allicin. The garlic is then mixed with a teaspoon of pure honey and consumed on an empty stomach. From a physiological standpoint, vasodilation improves blood flow throughout the body, including the penile arteries. Since erection strength depends heavily on how efficiently blood enters the erectile tissues, improved vascular dilation can support stronger rigidity. Another commonly mentioned combination in traditional medicine involves onion and ginger. White onions in particular have been associated with improved sexual vitality in traditional systems of medicine. Onions contain antioxidants and sulfur compounds that may support circulation and hormonal health. Ginger, on the other hand, contains gingerols and other bioactive compounds known to support blood flow and reduce oxidative stress. The traditional preparation involves extracting approximately 1 teaspoon of fresh onion juice and mixing it with half a teaspoon of fresh ginger juice. This mixture is consumed once daily. From a biological perspective, both ingredients contain compounds that may support endothelial health, which is the health of the inner lining of blood vessels. Healthy endothelium responds better to nitric oxide signals, allowing arteries to dilate more effectively during arousal. Another simple but nutritionally powerful food used in traditional diets is roasted chickpeas. Roasted chickpeas, commonly known as bune chene, are rich in protein, fiber, and important amino acids. One amino acid found in chickpeas is L-arginine. This compound is particularly important because the body uses it to produce nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the key chemical messenger that triggers the relaxation of penile arteries during the erection process. Consuming a handful of roasted chickpeas daily provides a steady supply of amino acids and nutrients that support nitric oxide production. When nitric oxide signaling becomes stronger, arterial dilation improves and blood flow into the erectile chambers increases more effectively. Another food that has gained attention in both traditional nutrition and modern research is watermelon. Watermelon contains a compound called citrulline. Once consumed, citrulline is converted in the body into arginine, which then contributes to nitric oxide production. This biochemical pathway ultimately supports blood vessel relaxation and improved circulation. Because erections depend on rapid blood flow into the erectile tissues, improved nitric oxide availability can support stronger vascular response. Traditionally, watermelon is consumed fresh, often as a bowl of fruit. Interestingly, the white portion of the fruit near the rind contains particularly high concentrations of citrulline. Consuming watermelon along with some of this white portion provides the greatest benefit from a nutritional standpoint. When viewed together, these traditional remedies follow the same biological principle discussed earlier in this series. Strong erections depend primarily on healthy circulation, efficient nitric oxide signaling, stable metabolic energy, and balanced hormonal activity. Many natural foods contain compounds that support these physiological processes. Dates provide sustained metabolic energy and essential minerals. Garlic supports vascular dilation through allicin. Onion and ginger contribute antioxidant compounds that support blood vessel health. Roasted chickpeas supply arginine, which helps generate nitric oxide. Watermelon contributes citrulline, which feeds directly into the same nitric oxide pathway. All of these natural foods work by strengthening the biological systems that create erections in the first place. When circulation improves, when nitric oxide signaling becomes stronger, and when the body maintains balanced energy and hormone levels, the erection mechanism becomes far more efficient. And when that mechanism functions at its full capacity, the difference in erection strength can be significant. So this was our topic. I hope you like our video. Press the like button and subscribe to the Sexual Health Room. Don't forget to press the bell icon for notified.